Well, I just caught about 20 small ones right out there. Swinging an arc left and right, but I want to catch some bigger ones, so I'm going to bail on this. Oh, that was easily a 60 fish day. Pretty cold, but 53 sure beats yesterday. Or it was in the high 30s, I think, for most of my time down there. Anyway, only 2 bigs. Lots of dinks, 2 bigs. Alright, there it is, number 12 on my way back to the car. I figured I'd get to this point and just catch an even dozen. And this one's it. Alright, that's probably the last one of the year, because it's getting really slow. It's been slowing down for the last 2 days, and like if this is the best I can do is a bunch of dinky bass like this and some dinky whites, forget it. Anyway, he popped out right from around that log. Trail back to the car. That's a really nice sized crappie. I'm going to have to get a weight on that right here. Alright, well, it's got the stripes, so I'm not guaranteed with my evaluation that it's a black crappie, but anyway, it was just over 1 pound, 1.01 pounds. So, yeah, it's a good sized crappie for me. Oh, I just had a big one on right out there, and the very next cast I get this thing. Anyway, that big one popped off. Didn't take my lure, it just kind of popped off. Alright, it's November 8th, and I thought I might catch a small white bass, but I seem to have hooked into some kind of a monster out there. No white bass today, just this is like the first hit that I got. It's big. Anyway, I hooked it over there by those logs and whatnot, so I thought, oh, I better get out of there before it gets me snagged. So, look at the size of the boils that are coming off of this thing. It doesn't fit in the frame, I'm going to say it. A holy S. I got to get a weight on this. Thankfully, I have my scale with me today. This certainly is going to be a PB for this lake. My personal best for this lake is 4.5. Alright, that big fat beauty is 5.4 pounds. It doesn't have the biggest mouth that I've ever hooked. I've had a couple where I could easily fit my hand in the mouth, you know, and that doesn't quite go. But look at the size of the body on this thing. Look, it has been out there chowing down. Anyway, I always like to take a foot picture, so let me get the foot picture in here. Alright, let's get that big girl back out there. 5.4 pounds. Wow. Alright, I was working for an even dozen. This is number 11 in about 22 casts. So I'm about 1/3 of the cast roughly. But anyway, check it out. It's a 3-year-old out there with those small ones. It's 1.74 pounds. It's not too bad down here in the corner. Every now and then there's some bass. It's about the only thing I ever catch down here is bass. Bye-bye, pal. Get out of here. It's a nice crappie, 0.94 pounds. Got it right off these branches. Kind of came up right down in that area right there. So nice catch. Whoosh. That's the first decent white bass I've caught in like a week plus. It came right out from under, kind of underneath that log right there, almost as though it was like a largemouth bass. And I actually thought it was a decent largie. But it's not. It's just a decent whitey, 1.8 pounds again. Alright, I just got stuck on a piece of wood. Lost my lure and my swivel, but I turn around and what do I see behind me? A free beverage. This one is so old that I can't even make out what it is. I'll have to take it home and clean it up. It's a decent largie, 1.3 pounds. .16, the big on the day. Anyway, came out right underneath there. Alright, this may be the last day for fishing. The weather's supposed to be changing, so I thought I'd come back a slightly different way today. I'm on the path that kind of rides between the marina and the main lake. A nice little walk through the woods back there. And heads over here to the campground. I have a YouTube channel. Most of the time I feature car content, but I also throw about a monthly video in on fishing. Just basically what I'm getting. And I've never been out on this lake on a boat.
And here we go.
Yeah, so it's kind of, it's pretty fun. And your name was Greg, right?
Yep.
All right, Greg. Fantastic.
Ah!
All right, I got to drop one over here and see if I can come up with something.
Sure, go for it.
It's 2.5 pounds right there. All right, 1.76 pounds. Just kind of out here in the middle. And it looks like about 3 feet of water. Wow. £1.96 white bass. It's not too bad. I just wanted to come out and get some fresh air.